What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Corey Gilmore from the Grit Sports Media, aka the Unofficial Referees. I do a couple other things too. Have different commentary on our Word on the Av page. Got something new here, man. Just wanted to speak on the recent woes of our beloved Los Angeles Lakers. If anybody pays attention to the Unofficial Referees, they know I'm an avid fan of the lifelong fan of the Los Angeles Lakers. I really don't like using the term fan because that's a fanatic, but I get into all of that, those politics of sports just for the fun. You know what I'm saying? Good conversation and adds a level of fun, every competitive year. But wanted to get into the Lakers' recent woes. So as you all may have known, since the bubble has started, the Lakers have struggled. They're currently 2-4, especially with their recent loss yesterday to the Indiana Pacers, in which TJ Warren, who is playing absolutely dynamic right now, I think he's averaging around 35 points a game. He had that huge outburst against the Sixers, for 53 points. Dropped 39 again on the Lakers yesterday, coming up with clutch shot after clutch shot. I mean, his game is just on point. He takes good shots. He's very efficient, very quick, especially for a guy of his size. And it sunk the Lakers. But I want to talk about some of the issues that's plaguing this Los Angeles Lakers team. As you know, Anthony Davis, he struggled again. He struggled once again. He only shot 21% yesterday. Only had, I think, 8 points. Had nine points the game before that. LeBron James, he played. This is probably his best game since the bubble has began again. But I want to talk about some of the deficiencies that are plaguing this Lakers team. For one thing, they're a very slow team. They're a very slow team. What their strength is their size, so it puts them at an advantage. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to rebounding and interior defense, when they're able to slow the game down. But they struggle with teams that are able to get to their shot, get to their points very quick, move very fast, especially swinging the ball and even off the dribble, which you saw with, TJ Warren, or, when they're dealing with guys such as, what the Lakers have, not the Lakers, but the Clippers have a plethora of in Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Lemon Pepper Lou Williams. They can get to their spots at any moment, and they don't need much time. You give them a little room, they're able to get up a shot. They can also take it to the rim. But like I said, guys who are automatic and can shoot from any spot on the floor, which in turn opens up the Lakers defense. It keeps them on their toes and pokes those holes and shows their deficiencies. They're not able to really close out on the ball quick enough, or perimeter defense also. They took a big loss when they lost Avery Bradley. Not only that though, but they don't have any players that can really create a shot from any space within the floor in garbage time. I mean, not garbage time, but crunch time. Think about it. LeBron James is a streaky shooter. He can shoot. He's had a decent 3-point percentage throughout his career, but he's a streaky shooter. He's not somebody that you just give the ball to and, without a pick or anything, he can just, free himself, get open, and create a shot, not on a consistent basis. He'll hit one every now and then, but he's not the person that you give that type of shot to in clutch time. LeBron's strength has always been his uncanny ability to drive to the lane and finish finish at the rim. You know, he's one of the best ever at doing that. But they need those type, you know, especially where the game's at now, where, you know, everybody's who can get their shot off at any point, whether it's from the from the 3-point line, from the damn mid-range shot, and they really don't have that. You know, you think Anthony Davis has the ability to do that. He can erupt. He's had some big games within the bubble, but then, like I said, at the same time, he's falling off. You know, he's falling off also. He has times where he's not consistent. Like I said, this last game, he only shot 21%. When you're talking about dealing with when he has to deal with a quick defender, he starts having issues. He's best suited to play on the inside. So he's not that Kevin Durant type of player that, you know, I think he thinks he may be, and other people may think he is. He's not that type of player. You know, Kevin Durant's a legitimate 7-footer, and yes, KD is 7 foot, even though he's listed as 6'9". KD's that type of player who can move like a guard and get his shot up at any point like a guard. Probably like Draymond Green said last night. Might be one of the greatest scorers this game has ever seen. But yeah, the Lakers just don't have that. And so since they don't have those different dynamics, it limits their offense and the things that they're able to do. And, you know, usually limits them to being a drive-in and kick-out team, which becomes predictable. It's still a threat within that because of the ability of LeBron James. And you still don't want to leave LeBron completely open, but he's not, you know, at times they'll live with the shots that he takes, but he still brings that threat there. So, you know, they close in on him, but, you know, the other guys just aren't hitting the shots. Danny Green has been completely off. You know, he's never really been the best three-point shooter anyway, but, you know, this is definitely well below his standards. He's definitely an above average shooter. Which you saw yesterday in the Indiana game, you got some minutes out of Quinn Cook. They may get him some more. He definitely produced, shot extremely well from behind the 3-point line. I believe it probably would have been a damn blowout without those points, without that production from Quinn Cook. So that definitely helped, and it's definitely what they need right now. But, you know, outside of that, when you're talking about Danny Green, his inconsistency, J.R. Smith, you know, you already know that's J.R. Kentavious, KCP, Caldwell Pope, he's very inconsistent. Who else? I mean, just so much inconsistency, man, especially with the type of play style that they want to play where, you know, any LeBron-led team, they have to have three-point shooters. That's his style of play, to drive out, you know, penetrate, bring the defense in, and then kick out to the open man, which LeBron is good at finding. I will say at times LeBron's style of play slows down everything. You know, if you're not really have any in the paint bangers, which, you know, who can score at will outside of Anthony Davis, and I really don't think he's a, you know, body somebody in the paint like a Siakam or, you know, let's throw back to Shaquille O'Neal. Anthony Davis is not that type of player. And so they're trying to play this slow down style of ball, but they don't have those type of players, and they slow it down, and it allows the defense is able to catch their breath. They're not really swinging the ball around. You know, LeBron is looking to penetrate, you know, get the pick and roll, penetrate, or, you know, try to get in and kick out to the 3-point man, and I don't see the ball moving around enough. So, you know, these just a lot of things that are plaguing this team, man. Be honest with you, it's not looking good. Like I said, they're 2-4 since getting in the bubble. They have one of the lowest field goal percentages out of all of the bubble teams since returning. And it's really something that I'm not surprised at, because like I said, their strength relies in their defense and their ability to get in the fast break. But if you limit the fast break opportunities for this team, you have a very, very strong chance of beating them. And all the detractions that I have for AD and LeBron, that doesn't take away. They're still two great players. LeBron is 35 years old, so there's something that you definitely got to take into account. He's had, the groin injury, different things like that. You feel it. You feel it even after long gone, after the injury is healed and everything. You're gonna feel those things. So he's 35 years old, and they're very limited. It's got to give them credit for what they've been able to do so far. But as far as winning the championship, man, I'm having trouble seeing them even making it out of the second round, to be honest with you. I don't even think they'll make it out of the second round, when they'll have to go up against a Houston team, which, they've been able to route off wins. How they're able to do it is just amazing, playing tough. I think what'll kill Houston in the end is their size, because, they're out there with lineups. I don't think they have a player that's over 6'7" on their team, and that's something that you're definitely gonna need come playoff time. But their ability to shoot, and they don't even have Eric Gordon back. James Harden, the way he plays lights out, and Russell Westbrook. But even past Houston, you're talking about teams. OKC, and the way their balanced way of playing, and they're a tough, legitimate team. These are teams that share the ball and are tough, quick. Lakers gonna struggle with that, but we'll see. We'll see. One thing that can be noted is, this definitely isn't LeBron's first rodeo. Like I said, he's older, but I'm gonna bring up that it's been well documented that they tend to slack off. LeBron-led teams tend to slack off during the regular season and then pick up steam in the playoffs. Now, like I said, LeBron is 35 now. Saw what happened last year when, playoff mode, LeBron was supposedly supposed to come into the picture. When the Lakers were 28 and 27 and LeBron came back from his groin injury, it didn't get any better. It didn't get any better. So we don't know. We don't know if we'll get this or we'll get that same LeBron from when he was in Cleveland, when his second stint in Cleveland, where they were basically losing almost 30 games within the regular season, but then destroying teams. Indiana, Paul George in Indiana could never get past them. And then that historic series that he had against Toronto, where he just completely blew that team. They were number 1 seed and blew them out the water. Will we get that LeBron? Who knows? Who knows? You can't count him out. So we'll see, man. But at the way the Lakers are playing right now, it's not gonna end well for them. And still, even at their best, I do not see them getting past the conference finals and beating the Los Angeles Clippers. Just not deep enough. Even with it, I know they got that win over them a week ago, but you got to take into account that Montrezl Harrell and Lou Williams weren't even present for the game. So, once they come back, you got that, you're getting 36 points a game, 36, 37 points a game coming off of the bench. And that, you just add into, what's already a deep team. Lakers aren't going to get the same looks inside also that they were able to get in that game. With Harrell in there bringing that presence, when you combine Harrell and Zubac, nah. So that's all I got to say about that. We'll see where these go. We'll see if the Lakers will rest their guys. They've already locked up the number 1 seed for the season. They've already got it all locked up, so they can basically lose the rest of their games. But they're playing home court advantage outside of the crowd noise and different things. It's It's not the same. It's not the same. They're all playing on the neutral turf now, or court. It's not football, but you know what I'm talking about. They're all playing at a neutral site, so we'll see, you know, how much of these things come into play. But it's going to be tough for them. It's going to be tough for them. So other than that, man, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Subscribe, like. Go to my other YouTube channel, 3 Pyramids Network. 3 Pyramids Network. We got a lot of content on there. Subscribe, like that. Go to the Facebook page, Grit Sports Media. Word on the app. Engage and, you know, help us build. But other than that, let me know what y'all think, and I'll see y'all on the next round.